I felt my stomach twist the moment I stepped onto my parents' old property for the first time in years. The fence line was wrong, the markers were gone, and the back pasture where my dad used to keep his tractors was now swallowed by pristine sidewalks, decorative street lamps, and a brand new HOA park, on land that still legally belonged to my family. I walked deeper, heart pounding, until I saw the sign. HOA Community Green Space, private use only. It stood right in the middle of what used to be our grazing field. Before I could even take a photo, a woman in a clipboard and power walk stormed toward me. She introduced herself as Karen, the HOA vice president. She said I wasn't allowed there without a community badge. I told her this was my parents' land. She smiled like she was talking to a child and said, "Not anymore, we absorbed the unused portion years ago." That word absorbed hit me like a punch. Absorbed? 40% of my parents' land? Without permission? Without purchase? Without a deed transfer? The incident got worse that evening. I went online to check parcel maps. The HOA had submitted their own community overlay plan to the county, showing the back acreage as theirs. Completely fabricated, completely illegal. And somehow it had slipped through without my parents noticing during their final years. My reaction wasn't anger. Not at first. It was a tight, cold focus. If they wanted a legal fight, they'd get one, just not the one they expected. I planned fast. First, I hired a licensed surveyor to re-establish every boundary pin using modern GPS equipment. We found half the HOA playground, 2 walking paths, and a parking lot sitting deep inside our deeded property. Then I flew my drone over the entire area, capturing timestamps, construction stages, and the HOA's own workers crossing onto our land. Finally, I dug out my parents' original deed, title history, and a decades-old survey, the perfect chain of documentation. Execution time. I marched into a property lawyer's office with a binder thick enough to stun a bull. He looked it over and said, "This is one of the clearest land theft cases I've ever seen." We filed an emergency property encroachment claim, a demand for restoration, and a fraud complaint against the HOA board. The county inspector joined immediately after seeing the footage. The police property crimes unit stepped in when they realized public funds had been used to improve stolen land. The consequences were brutal. The HOA board was forced into a hearing where every lie they'd told collapsed under evidence. Their community map was declared fraudulent. Every structure, playground piece, bench, light post, and trail on my land was ordered removed at their expense. They were fined. Their president resigned. Karen cried in the hallway. And the payoff? The county restored my parents' full acreage to the official map. The HOA paid for every inch of damage, every hour of legal work, and every tree they cut down. Now the land is mine again, untouched, unclaimed, and completely free of HOA nonsense. If you love HOA justice stories, like the video and subscribe.